It's Stepsister Tuesday, and we all know what that means. Wait, what? You don't know what Stepsister Tuesday means? Well, glad you asked in that case. Let me explain. Stepsister Tuesday is when a bunch of very stupid, uneducated idiots talk about things that they have absolutely no clue about, but since it's the internet, they think that they can just get away with it. And no, we don't let that happen. And one of the biggest things that the detractors, the haters, the losers, the people who don't have hobbies are now saying is, oh, clair obscur, clair obscur, la expeditions très très is bad. That's right. There's a bunch of people now saying it's dead, it's bad, no one cares. Clair Expeditions 33 is still absolutely goaty. You absolute muppet. You mouth breather knuckle draggers, okay? 100%. And some people are saying, oh, look at it, it lost so many players. Did it? Did it? Well, I have the Steam charts right here, baby. So let's look at it, okay? First of all, a comfortable, almost 95% overall positive score, okay? And then the total score is, by the way, 96% positive, which is already way better than our garbage dumpster fire of Avowed can score, than our garbage dumpster fire of Dragon Age the Whalecock can score. That's right, it's already better than that. And the players. 33 people made this bad boy. An absolute 100 peak after release on the Sunday, as every good game has their peak on a Sunday after release. 145,000 players playing and absolutely enjoying their time. Marvelous peak, absolute greatness. Avowed, look at this cuckoldery. I literally milked 2 videos talking about how bad these numbers are. First, when it was the pre-release and it literally died in 2 hours. This pre-release is fantastic because the game started falling off before 9 p.m. European Standard Time, which is one of the lowest and weakest signs of a bad game ever. And then, after release, it did the same thing. And then, on the Saturday and Sunday, it just didn't achieve anything. It was a disaster. Don't know if you can hear those sirens there, but they are there. They exist. In any case, Dragon Age Railguard, same exact thing. Look at this. The whole modern audience literally turned up, and it wasn't even 90k strong. And you're telling me Clair Obscur is bad? Was bad with its 145 peak? Ah, McDonald's is still good for you, buckaroo. Okay, listen, McDonald's is probably your highest tier of accomplishment that you still have not even gotten. And that's an entry level accomplishment, okay? And look at this now. The decline. Oh! Clair Obscur only has 111k players currently. Yeah, that's it right now. 24-hour peak, it's still 26k. Almost 27k of 145 peak. You know how long this is? This is literally like 3 months in. This is 3 months in. These are extraordinarily high numbers. This is almost something like a 35% retention rate. This is absolutely marvelous. Okay? Well, actually, no. How much is this retention rate? Yeah, it's something like, yeah, it's almost 30%. Almost a 30% retention rate. You know what else has a 30% retention rate? Black Myth Wukong. That's right. Or at least it had. Admittedly, this is gonna go down, but it's still absolutely pumping like there's no tomorrow. Black Black Myth King. Black Myth Wukong. Well, he is the Monkey King. It is what it is. And obviously, Baldur's Gate 3. Those games had similar-ish good numbers, okay? So these numbers are really good. So do not listen to anyone who says oh, look at that, only 11k people playing it right now. Bro, 11k people playing it right now would be like 8% retention, which is still pretty good, honestly, mind you, on average. And by the way, does Avowed, for example, have these numbers? No. No. You know, this is the first month. This is the second month. Actually, seriously, about wait, February. Oh, there we go. So February, March, April. There we go. Look at this. Look at this. The end of April. 3 months in. This graph right here, boys. This one, officer. This one right here, officer. 19K peak. 1.5K. Maximum players on a Sunday. Disgusting. These numbers are absolute garbage dumpster fire. This is what true death looks like, okay? This is what? This is like a 7% retention rate 3 months in, and you're gonna tell, oh no, a Valiant Veilguard did better than Expedition 33? Hell no. I don't know why these lying people exist. These people that want to pretend that something is bad when it isn't, or pretend that something is good when it clearly ain't. Maybe they're trying to save their egos from being absolutely destroyed. I would probably also feel bad about myself, even though I don't have an ego. I'm just right naturally all the time. My track record is fucking perfect, as you all know. I have only been wrong about Clair Obscur in the past 2 years. And we have many predictions. This channel literally exists, by the way, by calling out games that are gonna die day one or literally be dead on arrival. And I'm really good at it, okay? And my prediction for Clair Obscur was, it's gonna be a mediocre game. Not bad, not good. You know, just your average thing. And it was amazing. And I admitted my mistake. Because it's not really hard to admit mistakes. You need to be Pirate Software Tears of Delusion of Idiocy to just not be capable of admitting something as simple as your mistake. It happens. It happens. And it's especially not bad if it doesn't happen a lot. This is my case. Now, granted, maybe I would be singing a completely different song if I was one of those idiots who was literally saying, oh, Clair Obscur is dead. It was actually never a good game to begin with. Oh, I mean, clearly not a good game. Ain't that right, Dragon Age, the whale god, established trans identity, here we fucking go. Oh, the cope is real. The cope is absolutely real. Now, to be fair, Dragon Age Whale God still had a pretty substantially decent amount of players, like 3 months in. 3 months in, it had roughly, what is this? 15% retention. Actually, a little bit. Well, okay, let's say 15. Let's say 15 for simplicity's sake. Let's say 15%. It's not actually 15, but it's close. 15% retention in, 3 months. Which no one honestly cares, because this was the modern audience game. This was all the power of the modern audience put into one fist and shoved where the sun don't shine. It was an absolute disaster. But by the way, these same people that are currently claiming that Clair Obscur is bad, they claim that Dragon Age Veilguard is a success. They claim, how much did they claim? I forgot. They claimed like 5 million sales week one or something like that. I don't remember. Okay, Dragon Age Veilguard still probably doesn't have a 1.2 million sales. That's my opinion, and I have been right on everything that they called. We were pretty much in the ballpark the first time that they said how many sales there are. Yeah, that's what you get. That's what you get. These people who claim that Dragon Age Veilguard is good failed. EA literally came out. Oh no, I'm sorry, not EA. BioWare literally came out and said Dragon Age Veilguard was an absolute disaster. They took a franchise that was 30 roughly million fans strong and turned it into a franchise that can barely muster up 1 million sales off of people who are desperate for the next Dragon Age Veilguard fix. Dragon Age in general fix. That's how pathetic numbers we're talking about here. Avowed, Obsidian's bright and best creation ever. Absolute disaster. But don't blame my wife Kerry Patel for this, okay? She did her best, which was horrible and woke. But you know, it's fine. It's fine. It's my wife, okay? Don't touch her. You just can't make this up. How some people are so desperate to not be wrong about liking garbage, not be wrong about not being able to predict the most obvious outcome in the history of ever. And then they need to attack something that was successful just to feel a little bit better about their miserable lives because they have never been right about anything. It is truly amazing. Now, I'm sure this won't stop. Again, literally, Dragon Age Railguard. BioWare comes out and says, oh yeah, this thing is horrible. It undersold 3 times the expected sales. And there's still people saying, going out and saying, like, success. Because, you know, being an idiot means that you are warping success as a term to such a degree that undersold, no one liked it, bad reviews, players hate it, completely in the red, success. Honestly, I should have put South of Midnight here also on the list because that was also a great example of the game failed on every respect, but it won somehow. In any case, Claire Obscure is doing absolutely amazingly. 3 months in or more months in. It did no, yeah, it's way more months. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 months in, or whatever. I don't know how to count. It is what it is, boys. Anyway, yeah, Claire Obscure doing absolutely blissfully perfection. Everything else is shit. It is what it is. Be mad. Keep being mad, Lucy. 10 out of 10. Bye.